From the Classic 107 studios in downtown Winnipeg, 107 Live for Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.
And welcome to Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live. In our studios this morning, he's back again. He was here this time last year, is guitarist Rod Machovec, his career spans, according to his website, over 3 decades.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That implies a few things.
Over 3 decades. And he's been playing guitar for a long, long time. In his teens, he began studying classical guitar, which soon became his passion. And within a short time, he found himself studying and performing on the classical guitar full-time. He studied with some of the great guitarists like Norbert Kraft and Sharon Isbin. And he's in our studios this morning to chat and to perform some music.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. So glad you could make it back.
Oh, it's great to be back.
And you've got a different setup this time.
I have a very different setup.
You do.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, you brought your classical guitar in last time. So let's first of all play us a tune, and then we'll have a little chat. What have you got lined up?
I brought some serious music this morning. Some serious Christmas music.
Serious Christmas. Well, we have serious
We'll talk
fans.
about that after.
We'll talk about. Well, we'll let our listeners decide how serious it is. Here we go. Rod Machovec on Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live. Here you have a little Christmas guitar with Rod Machovec. That's is that a little arrangement you did there yourself, or
Yeah, those are some arrangements I made last year.
some arrangements
Yeah.
of nostalgic tunes? Nostalgic
music.
Christmas. So
That's
tell
right.
us, what's your definition when you say nostalgic music?
Nostalgic music to me, I mean, obviously it's periodic. There's a certain time period that typically refers to. So, the 30s through the 60s for me would be nostalgic music. Nostalgia by definition means music that brings back a lot of memories. So obviously for certain people that is more significant than others. A lot of us, I think there's a little bit of almost like a romanticism of what life was like even in the 50s and the 40s. And this music kind of gives us a little snapshot into that. From a musical standpoint, I think, Michael, to me, these are simple, beautiful songs. And there's something about them. I think anybody who's a true music lover can appreciate them. They're not necessarily serious, but they're tuneful and they're sincere, and they can be extremely playful. They can be extremely melancholy. They can be serious in some settings, but there's just something, I find there's a purity to them. There's almost like pure ingredients with food. That's how I often...
Back to good old home cooking.
Home cooking, yeah.
Home cooking.
That's it.
Well, all I know is they brought a smile to my face. I love that
good.
kind of music.
I do too. I get a real kick out of it. Outside of classical music, classical guitar being my main thing, this to me is something as I get older, I've kind of discovered. I started noodling with jazz in my 30s, and then in my 40s, I started to really explore this. And I noticed, like we were talking off air, a lot of this music is actually jazz-based. Many standards came from that era, from movie soundtracks. And a lot of the great crooners and singers, Doris Day and Dean Martin and, all kinds of people, they sang these songs.
Yeah.
And they weren't necessarily fancy. It was just real simple music, and they just
a good melody, a good lyric.
Good melody, good lyric, exactly.
And a good performance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to sing, are you?
No,
he's not going to sing.
No, your ratings will drop.
So where do you perform this music?
You know what? I do these arrangements. It's kind of evolved. I do them at 55 plus communities. Obviously, it's a bullseye for them. They love it. I also do house concerts where I bring my classical guitar, and I do usually half the concert that, or maybe 60% music on my classical guitar, whether it be classical or Broadway or Spanish music or whatever. And then I surprise the folks usually and bring this equipment and bring this out near the end. And it's, as I was telling you earlier, people just light up. I mean, we had a ball. We had one a couple of weeks ago. It was someone's 60th, and I played a crazy arrangement of Old MacDonald Had a Farm and Rubber Ducky from Sesame Street.
Oh, wow, okay.
That song actually went to number 16 on the pop charts in '64.
Rubber Ducky.
Yeah, Rubber Ducky, a puppet singing to a duck. And it obviously the mass public, there was something about it that was appealing to the inner child in all of us, right?
Yeah, well, like Justin Bieber, I guess. So you're surprised at how well that can do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, and then I had some other music, a little more, typical nostalgia stuff. But I throw in a couple crazy songs like that, and I mean, people have a lot of fun. And the arrangements, I keep them very simple. I arrange it very much after these singers that I've described. I love Louis Prima. He's hilarious.
Yep.
I mean, the energy that guy has. And then just like Judy Garland, I mean, she's still considered by some as the best singer of the 20th century. I mean, just the way she would phrase things and drop off of notes, very subtle, but such an incredible personal touch to everything she sang. outside of just this amazing voice, you know. So I try to keep them simple. I'm not trying to, you know, hopefully like massacre the song. Just
Massacre. Well, we hope not. I mean, it's Rod Machovec in the studio for Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live. And what did you bring in? You brought in some interesting equipment with you. You've got your electric guitar and you've got a backtrack that you're playing with, right?
Yeah. I have a digital set of tracks I record at home. And so when I find some new songs, I will record an accompaniment. I keep it very simple, no effects, just I do it on my semi-acoustic, my jazz guitar, and I don't have it here today. It needs a repair, so I have my electric, my main one. And then I have a Bose system, which is just for acoustic performance is just the best. For me, it's just super. I'm really grateful.
It sounds
to
awesome.
have
It sounds really
it's really
nice.
cool
It's a beautiful
stuff,
system.
So.
I like it.
Yeah.
And you're also a wine enthusiast, correct?
Yes, I am.
Yes, and you brought me a beautiful bottle of wine. Thank you very much. A
You're
Spanish
very,
grape.
very welcome.
I won't crack it this morning.
No.
I had a
That's
cookie.
good.
I'll admit I did have a cookie, and we were talking about having wine with cookies. But if I open it here at the station, it probably won't last all that long, and I want to take it home and slowly enjoy it. So thank you, because you work at Dinardi part time, so in the wine department there, so you can check him out there as well. He's there when he's not playing sometimes.
That's right.
So busy playing through Christmas. So
that's it, exactly.
So you got another tune lined up for us, another Christmas medley.
It's a Christmas medley. This is a Mel Torme song.
All you have to do is mention him and Christmas, and you know what that is.
People will know. To me, it's, I think, one of the most beautiful melodies written in the 20th century. It just happens to be a Christmas song, but it's such a heartfelt, gorgeous tune. I just love it. I love playing it, and there's something, it just carries itself. It really doesn't need a lot of work. It's just so beautiful.
The Christmas song,
Yeah, the Christmas song. And the other one, we're going to keep a little secret.
Yes.
I have a CD here, a Christmas CD of my, the classical album I did of Christmas music 4 years ago. And we can give that one away to the first, what do you want to do, the first caller? Or,
the first caller that recognizes the second medley.
Yeah, the second of the two.
Of the two medleys. First one's the Christmas song.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you recognize the second medley, if you're listening, just give me a call at 336-1071 and you win a Christmas CD.
Just say what the song title is, and how about, what do you think? Who wrote it? Or just the song title?
Song title's good enough.
Song title's good enough.
It's only 8:44, cold morning. Our brains are still warming up. So.
Mine sure is. Okay,
here's Rod Machovec on Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live. That was an easy one.
That's pretty on the nose, hey?
Rod Machovec with a little Christmas medley. And you heard the Christmas song, and the second song was blank. Well, I'm sure you could guess that one.
That's right.
Even I guessed it. I was smiling right away. I knew that. Yeah, interesting arrangement, though.
Oh, thanks.
Interesting
it's
arrangement.
Fun to play. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a simple song, but notice how tuneful it is.
Yeah.
It has spirit. And it has a way of carrying itself. The accompaniment, I couldn't do it any different. I just did this is a bit of a hint. It was very Austrian, how I played the accompaniment. Very Austrian folk guitarish kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I picked up on
like
that
was
right
great.
away.
And it suits the music. To me, doing anything more, at least for my humble ear, was the way to do it. Kind of.
Well, it sounded good.
Yeah.
Sounded good. Thanks again for coming in this morning,
My
Rod.
absolute pleasure. Michael, anytime.
Maybe we'll have you again next year, Christmas, or maybe in between sometime.
Yeah,
I'll be
sure.
used to doing something different. You've been listening to Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live guitarist Rod Machovec. We'll be posting the video a little bit later today. Going to take one more break and be back with some more music.
107 Live is Classic 107's intimate concert series, brought to you by Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.